I'm Marshall, and the first time I heard this was about the end of April, when my sister and I were sleeping down at the bunkhouse one night and were quite frightened by it and didn't move. I recorded it tonight on the Sanyo recorder, approximately 8:45, from a westerly direction, and it then changed on me to an easterly direction and became fainter.
On occasion, an unidentified flying object has been reported by witnesses to be the source of the sound.
At 10 after 9, the beeping began. Went down to the reserve fence, watched through binoculars, and we did see this thing. Now, it's about the size of the moon, with a small crescent at the bottom that's well lit like starlight. The top is a dark gray mass. It came down through the trees, whatever it was, and we could hear the wind. When it came down, the wind was really gusting, and the trees were just trembling all over, and then the beeping started, and when the beeping stopped, the wind came up high again. It was a calm night to begin with. As soon as it started beeping again, the wind came and receded just the same all the time. And we watched until 1:15, and we had to come back to Calgary.
Now, did the beeping come from the direction of this object, definitely?
Yes, it did, because we'd taken the rifle out and fired into the ground. And as soon as the rifle shot was heard, it switched positions and headed out towards High River.
I fired a shot into the ground, and a few seconds later, we saw this dark object take off through the trees with a flame behind it.
What color was the flame?
The flame was an orange color.
On Hollyburn Ridge, Vancouver, a forest ranger's 303 discharged into the air produced an audible reaction.
How many cartridges have you got, Ted? Yeah, I'm recording. Right. Give it another one. It definitely changed, isn't it? It did. See if you can see anything first. Wait a minute out there. Just keep an eye open to those noise on the side. Can we use these lights on? Keep one right up there. Oh, okay, go ahead. You ready? Yeah. You better stay tuned in here. It flew away. Sure?
Okay, let's see. Sorry about that, folks. I'm just trying to get this thing to focus in on this star, but it ain't gonna do it too well, is it? Okay. We'll let it. I mean, this is auto. This is actually maximum zoom. So I'm gonna leave it like that for now, and I'll be back. Just don't slam the door, okay? Let's just make sure it's still getting it. Yep. That's supposed to be a star, folks. You look at it, I'd say your eye must be able to pick up more color than the camera can.
I'm going to narrate a little of this because now I'm already inside the house, so there's nobody to talk except you hearing the camera running. It makes this sort of rickety sound, and I mean, it doesn't affect the camera as far as how it functions, and I've used it for about 5 years now, and it's done very well for me. It's one of those camcorder handy cams by Sony, but it uses miniature DVD discs, and I tell you, I just never thought I would capture something like this on my camera, but you know, it did. Now there it moved, and it will move a couple of other times, a couple of back and forth, and then you'll see it actually move again right there. And I know people are probably going to say that's some sort of a mechanical failure of your camera, but how, if it's a failure of the camera, could it actually move the object like that? I don't know how it would do that. And I tell you all right now, I was not outside the house. I left the camera there because I just wanted to get something on my video, and I left. Now here you can see the camera actually gets out of focus. It cannot acquire the object, and I think it's because the camera detected that it either moved further away from the focus range or it moved closer. But anyway, whatever happened with the object, it lost the focus range that it was already using before, and it never did again focus again on the object after that, because I never came back. By the time I got back to the truck again, the object was already out of that position. I had it mounted on the roof of my truck, so there's nothing else there as far as clarity of the object. But what I got in those 2 minutes, I was just flabbergasted. I was thinking, man, how did I get this on film? When I always am trying to find something, you know, when I've got the camera in my hands, and I've never seen anything like this at all. I mean, you check my channel, I have another couple of videos I've done on an object I thought was a UFO in the position of where a hospital is located across town from Publix, and it's over there off the Noonan Crossing bypass. Well, this object that I'm on this video today was recorded at my house. I had it aimed directly north in the sky, and as I told you, it's a really, really bright light in the sky. But what surprised me was how I kept seeing these various color changes. It was red. I would say I probably had seen something like a bluish halo, but whatever it was, I tell you, I never expected this. I went back, I watched it, I figured, well, maybe I got some good shots of the star, and it just floored me to see that thing move like that, and it hasn't been altered in any way. And I'm going to try and send this thing on to MUFON, which is the Mutual UFO Network, and ask them maybe what it could have been, or is it a fault of my camera? Is it actually real? Did it happen? I don't know, but I tell you, I can't believe that camera got this sequence. These are just various lights that I recorded from a Christmas ornament, so don't think these things are other objects I've seen in the sky, because this ain't it. But what you saw earlier, that was real, and nothing about it has been altered, folks, at all.
The foregoing eyewitness reports are but a few from the files of UFOs Anonymous. We hope you found them interesting and informative.